Today in this tutorial we are going to learn something on the SQL. So retrieving data. Here you can see list the offices and the names and titles of their managers. So what it is written over here, select city, name, title from offices, join sales reps on manager mgr equal to employee number. Okay, so this is just a syntax and you can see that data is populated for city, name and title only. So instead of comma separated list of tables, the form clause in these examples uses the join keyword to specifically describe the join operation. Also, the matching columns to be used in the join are specified in the on clause, which occurs at the end of the from clause. For these simple examples, the expanded standard SQL syntax adds very little to the older form of the select statement, but the range of joins that can be expressed using the expanded form is much broader, as described in later sections of this chapter. Many of the major DBMS vendors are encouraging the use of this new join clause for that region. Next is join with row selection criteria. The search condition that specifies the matching columns in a multiple query can be combined with other search conditions to further restrict the contents of the query result. Suppose you want to rerun the processing query showing only offices with large sales targets. So we have to do like this. So here we can see this is select city, name, title from offices, sales race where manager equal to employee number and target greater than this one. So these are some topics which we need to cover over here. So here we can see that it is telling like with the additional search conditions, the rows that appear in the query results are further restricted. The first is mgr equal to mpl num selects only pairs of offices and sales rows that have the proper parent or child relationship. The second test further select only those pairs of rows where the office's target is above 6 lakhs. So in this form of the query, the matching condition for the join and search condition that restricts which offers are selected both appear in the where clause. So using this newer standard SQL syntax, the matching conditions appears in the on clause and search conditions appears in where clause, which makes the query slightly easier to understand. List the offices with a target over 6 lakhs and their manager information. Select city, name, title from offices, join sales race on manager equal to employee number where target greater than 6 lakhs. City, name, title, you can see the data is populated. So these are some type of things mentioned over here. So inner join in standard SQL. This is shows a simplified form of extended standard SQL syntax for the form clause. It is easiest to understand all of the options provided by considering each type of join one by one, starting with the basic inner join and then moving to the various forms of outer join. The standard inner join of the girls and boys tables expressed in the original SQL notation. Select star from girls boys where girls.city equal to boys.city. Okay, so it is joined between two tables and the column which it is selecting from two tables, it is the city, and it is joining with this city condition. So this is still an acceptable statement in the latest version of standard. The standard writers really could not have made it illegal without breaking all of the millions of multiple SQL queries that had already been written by the early 1990s. So this is all about the inner join. This is something um, derived over here. So apart that you can see this diagram. This is about the full outer join. This is left outer join. This is right outer join. This is cross join. This is union join. So these are some topics we have to cover here, like what is primary key, what is foreign key, why we have to create index, and what is the right time to create index. Is that creating index improving the performance or not? Okay, so these are the some topics which we have to cover in the next upcoming tutorials, and this is counting data values. Okay, so the count of column function counts the number of data values in a column. The data in the column can be of any type. The count function always return an integer regardless of the data type of the column. Here are some example of queries that use the count. Select count of custom number from customers. We can also try this. Select count of ID from persons. Okay. So if you run this query, you can see this is 5. Okay, this is 5. Means it is counting the rows. How much rows are there over? Okay. So if you select the persons and if you right click and if you check the count of rows, it is also tell the row counts. If you just select this table and right click and click on pop-up describe, and if you click on detail, you can see what is the last DDL time, what is the owner, what is the table name, what is the status. Okay, so these are something you can see in the SQL developer. You can see the constant is declare over here. Is the primary key not null, status is enabled. So these are the some topics we are covering today, and we are following this PDF, and here also some SQL security concepts are there, like user, database object,